Good morning, all.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Okay. In this lecture, we are going to discuss file permissions. So, the very important class, you want to make security of your files or you want to protect your data, then how can you set up permissions for your files and directories? So, either we want to give allow or anybody to restrict. What are those? Okay, one of the best important concept in the Linux environment security level, permissions concept. What is meant by permissions? Permission is an important component of Linux that provides a secure method for storing files. So every day, every programmer, every engineer, they will make it new important files, maybe configuration files or programs. So how can you store your files with a secure method? Then file permission is a concept. Linux is a multi-user operating system, so it has security to prevent people from accessing each other's confidential files. I mean, it is a multi-user operating system. So on the single server, multiple users are working on the environment. Definitely, people are trying to access other people confidential data. So at that time, how can you make it a security? How can you provide security for your storing files? So permissions is the what concept. Remember, when will you create a new file or new directory? Every resource has three user-based permissions. Every resource has three user-based permissions. One is owner permissions. Somebody is calling user permissions. And the second one is group permissions. And the third one is other permissions. So how can you divide these three? For example, just assume I have a one AWS file. Generally, this file is created by myself Ram. Then Ram is a Ram is a owner. Ram is a owner or user of this file. Then even in the organization, you have multiple groups: sales group, developer group, cloud group, HR group. Like group members are there. So then it is called what? It is called what? Just developers is a group name. So this is called what? Group permissions. But in the same way, even in the organization, multiple users are there. So all users are others. All users are others. So this is the way how can you divide three types of user-based permissions. Who's created the file? Those guys are the what? Owners. I mean, every file has only one owner by default. That is called what? Maybe this file myself, Ram. So sometimes these files are belonging to group members. Those guys are the what? Maybe developers or sales group or any other group. except file owner and file group name. All are the others. So these three are the what? Categories. These three are the what? Categories. Owner permission, group permission, others permission. And next, what about file access modes? Every file or directory has again three access modes only. One is read mode, another one is write mode, and the third one is execute mode. Read mode, write mode, execute mode. So read is nothing but grants the capability to read. I mean, when the file has read only, then people to view the file content only. They cannot modify, they cannot delete. When the file has write permission, it is nothing but modify or remove the what content in your file. By default, every file has a read-only permission. But if you go for the what execute permissions, then file has a program. So you have a one important file. You want to make it as that file as a program, then you can keep it execute permissions. So what are the three permissions? Read permissions, write permissions, and execute permissions. Okay, where is the permissions actually? So generally, if you run the what ls command, so you will get the what all files and directory. Okay, even you can check it. Stat is the command to check the file properties, statistics of the file. So these are the what permissions. See this? Every file access permissions are read, write, read only, and read only. But who is the owner of this file? RAM. This is the one way. Other way, the simple funda, you can go for the what ls-l option. See this? The simple command in the left side. Observe. This is the what file permissions. You know that the first field hyphen means it is a file type, regular file. Maybe the field starts with D, it is a directory. Maybe the field starts with L, it is a link file. So the first field don't consider as a file type. I mean as a file permissions. The first field is a file type. Don't consider as file type. And what about the second field onwards? These are the what file permissions. These are the what file permissions. So I mean, so this is called completely file permissions field. Totally 9 bits are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bits are there. Please note it. This is the file permissions field. I told you the second field is a number of links. And the third field, this is the what username. That means owner name. Who is owner of this file? And fourth field is a group name. By default, username and group name are same. So in your local computers, by default, owner name and group names are same. But in the environment, this is your name and this is what your group name. And remaining, you know that file size, modification month, modification date, modification time, and file name. But today we will discuss about what about these 9 fields. Okay. So here,
What does a dot mean? Dot after
hmm,
dot after
when
permission there is a one dot.
permissions are ending, dot,
Okay.
right? So now here is the what? Read, write, read, read. Totally 9 bits are there. So before going to these bits, everyone to understand the another few important things. What are the access modes? each access mode weight, that means value and symbolic form of these access modes, and what are the access levels, and each access level symbolic form. For example, read value 4, write value 2, execute value 1. So who knows these three values? Those people easily to manage file permissions. Just if you know the three values, you can manage entire system security. Remember, what are the three values? Read value 4, write value 2, execute value 1. And the read symbolic form is R, write symbolic form is W, execute symbolic form is X. And what about user level permission? User means U, short form. Group short form is G, other short form is O. Okay, now I will go for what are the 9 bits. Here see, totally 9 bits are there, and please divide every 3 bits are one part, like this. I mean, the first part belonging to user permissions, remember, and the second part, it is belonging to group permissions. And what about the third part? It is called what? Others permissions. For example, for example, this file is a AWS file, and AWS file. So who is the owner of this file? I mean, Ram is the owner. Just assume what is the group name of this file? Developers, for example. What is the file name? AWS. Then what is the meaning here? This AWS file can read and write off, can read and write off the owner of the ROM. I mean, ROM can read, write off this AWS file. That's why the first 3 bits are belonging to owner permissions. I mean, user permissions. And the next 3 bits are responsible to developers, I mean, group permissions. I mean, who are the members in the developers group? Those guys will manage of this AWS file with read-only permissions. With read-only permission. That's why the next 3 bits are group level permissions. And then the last 3 bits related to others. What is the meaning? So others, except ROM and developers, all are the others. I mean, ROM is the owner, developers is the group member, and remaining all are the others. Others will manage this AWS file again with read-only permissions. This is the exact process. I mean, here if you go here, see that for example, my file is there. So the owner name is ROM and group name also ROM. I mean, the first 3 bits belonging to user. I mean, user ROM can manage my file with read and write. And the next 3 bits, it is a group permissions. Again, members of the group ROM can manage read only of the my file. And the last 3 bits, it is called what? Others. Others also can manage this my file with read only permissions. This is the way how you can identify file permissions of the user level, group level, and others level. Every level having 3 bits. So totally we have 9 bits. So first 3 bits. Remember everyone, the reservation always fixed. The first 3 is only user, next 3 is only group, and last 3 is only for others. But even the order also of the file permission, read, write, execute only. read, write, execute only, order. And don't write, first execute, and then write. This is not order. Order is fixed. First read, second write, third execute. For example, there is no read permission, then hyphen is there. Write and execute. Then no read permission, only write and execute. In case there is no write permission, then we can use like this. Read and execute only, no write permission. So there is no execute permission. This is way read, write only. There is no executed. Completely null permissions. This is the three icons. Are you noted?
Yes, sir. I have a question here. For group, you have R hyphen hyphen. As you told, only the others can only read mode, right? But here, as you see in the picture, it shows R hyphen hyphen means the group also they don't have the edit or manage, or they have only
No,
read.
no. So group people will manage the what read only.
Yes,
Others
yes.
also can
Got you.
manage read only.
Yes, sir. Yeah. If it is their RW, it means they also can edit the font, right?
Correct.
Thank you.
See. So this is the order. Order has been fixed. First read, then write, and execute only. And first three bits belonging to users, next three bits for the groups, and last three bits for the others. And how can you view even these are the what as a symbolic format? I mean numerical format. I told you just now, I mean, what is the read value? It is a 4. What is the write value? It is called 2. What is the execute value? It is a 1. So I mean, what I'm saying here, some people will manage these permissions with the numerical method of 4 to 1. How it is possible? Read value 4 only, write value 2 only, execute value. I mean no execute permission. It is called what? 0. And again, read value 4, no write permissions, no execute permission. And again 4, 0, 0. So people will calculate the what these values. I mean the first value is 4 plus 2 plus 0. It is called what? 6. And what is the group level permissions? 4 plus 0 plus 0. It is a 4. And 4 plus 0 plus 0. It is a 4. I mean now it is a 6 4 for permissions. 6 4 4 permissions. Okay, one more example. See, if you know read, write, execute, read hyphen x and hyphen x. What is the value for this? So easily to calculate. First three values. Okay, read 4, write 2, execute 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1. Oh, it is a 7. And what about group permissions? Next three bits for the groups. Read 4, no write, execute. That means 4 plus 1. It is called what? 5. And the third one is this is, I mean no read, no write, only execute. That execute value 1. This is called what? 751 permission. So can you tell me anyone? Read hyphen x, read hyphen, read w hyphen. What is the value of this? What is the value of this?
547.
Sorry, 5.
4 6
Sorry,
546.
5 4 6.
516.
5 4 6. Because the first three values read and execute. That means 4 plus 1. It is a 5. And the next three bits Only read. Read means 4 only. That's why 4. And the last 3 bits, read write only. Read write means 4 plus 2. It is called what? 6. So next activity. Can you tell me read write hyphen, read hyphen execute, read only. What is the value of this? Easily, very easy.
652.
Sorry, 6,
5.
654.
right. 654. Because the first 3, read write hyphen. I mean, read value 4, write value 2. It is just 6. And again, read hyphen x. It is a 4 plus 1. And last one is read only. It is a 4. Somebody please erase the what lines. Don't write on the screen. Why are you writing here? Next. And the next one is, now I will tell you opposite. So this is actually converting symbolic to numerical method. Symbolic to numerical method. Next. What about numerical to symbolic? I mean reverse now. Reverse means, can you tell me anyone what is the 641? 641 means, I mean, for
Read, write,
example,
execute.
this is the way like you can explain this. What is the 641?
Read, write, read,
Read, write.
read, execute.
Uh-huh. Say, how can you explain these kind of activities? The first value 6 is only for user level. Which combination is 6? Read and write. There is no execute. That's why it must be keep it the word double hyphen. The second value is a 4. 4 means read only permissions. So group is only read only. That's why read, no write, no execute. What about the third one? Third one is execute only. That means no read, no write. So no read, no write, only execute. But only execute is there. People what to do? They will execute under hyphen hyphen. No, execute place is 3. That's why first no read, no write, only execute. This is the way you can write the word permissions. Can you tell me anyone again? 600.
Read hyphen, read write,
Read,
then
write,
hyphen
Read,
hyphen,
write, hyphen.
all dash,
hyphen.
hyphen hyphen,
So all are the
dash,
what? No
all
right?
dash,
Okay, very good.
no permissions.
So did you remember anyone? 400 value. Where is the 400 value?
Read, read all dash,
Read all
all
dashes.
dash.
Read all this.
Do you know what is the 400? I mean, I think AWS people, why to set up the what key pair for 400? This is the meaning of the 400. Only user to read, but group members, others are the what null permissions. That's why every AWS key pair running with 400. Reason, who is the owner of the key pair? Those people only to read the content. So otherwise, everything is what null permissions. Are you noted? So when the key pair is running with read only, then only it will associate. Then only it will be connect the what EC2 instance. So at the time of AWS classes, I will tell you what is the use of 400 also. Now you got it. How to use the what? Symbolic to numerical and numerical to symbolic form. Correct? Now everyone is clear. What about these 3 fields? I mean these 9 bits. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right. The next important thing, what is mean by umask? So I think people know idea about this umask value, but today you will get the important knowledge about umask. Generally, umask in Linux is known as user mask, or it is also called as user file creation mask. So it is a command that determines the setting of a mask that controls which file permissions are set up for files and directories when they are created. When they are created, what is the meaning? I mean, what I'm saying, if you create any new file, for example, touch is the command. Sir, I want to create a one new file with name Azure, or with name, it is a PHP file. If I enter, PHP file is successfully created. But if you verify that ls space -l, the file name of PHP, it is by default, this file PHP permissions are read write, read hyphen hyphen, and read hyphen hyphen. But remember, while creating a file of PHP, I didn't specify any permissions of this. But how it is possible? The file running with read write read only. That is called what? UMask concept. I mean, it is a user mask. This UMask will set up default file permissions for the newly created resource. So UMask will set up, I mean, it will generate default permissions for the file or directories. But what is the default value in the OS? It is a 022. Don't consider the what last one. So only second, third, fourth values. 022 is the existing UMask value. So based on this existing UMask value, the files and directories will get the what? Default file permissions. I mean, see what I'm saying. For example, the maximum file permissions are, it is called what? 666. But for file level, we don't consider the what? Execute value. And what about the OS existing UMask value? The UMask value is, I told you 022, right? Here it is called what? 022. Then if you subtract, I mean, what is the value here? It is called what? 6 minus 2. It is called what? 4. And 6 minus 2. It is called what? 4. And 6 minus 0. It is called what? 6. So that's why here it is called what? If you create any new file, by default, every file will get 644 permissions. So that is the reason even our PHP file also created. It is a 6, 4, and 4 only. So this is called what? 644. I mean, only file owner read and write. Other people of group members and others to read only the file. So how it is possible 644 by default means maximum file permissions minus in the OS existing UMask value is nothing but default file permissions. So, and again the maximum directory permissions, the maximum directory permissions are, it is a 777. So for directory execute also will consider. So 777, that is redo, write to execute. Again, UMask value is, it is a 022. Again, if you subtract both values, by default, everyone will get the work. The default directory permissions are 755. So the default directory permissions are 755. So here, let me create you one new directory, mkdir. My directory name is, okay, it is a what? SAP. If I run ls space hyphen ld, SAP directory permission. See this? The owner permissions, first three read, write, execute 7. And group permissions are read and execute. Others permissions also read and execute. 7, 5, 5 only is there. That's why every directory has the default permissions are 755 and every file default permissions are 644. So the completely default file permissions depending on the existing umask value. Okay, right. So what I'm saying, but every file has a read and write, read and everything. So for example, I have a one PHP file, but myself to read and write only. But sir, I want to provide even write permissions for the group members. Then how can you give permissions for the group members of the PHP file? So that is called what? The another important tool, chmod command. What is the chmod command? You want to change existing bits. You want to change existing file permissions or file bits. We can use the what? Chmod command. But by default, every file has default permissions. Those are generated by umask value at the time of creation. But what is the use of chmod? So it is used to change existing file or directory permissions. That's why in interviews, people are asking about umask and chmod. So these two are the what very repeated interview questions in the real time. Even every day, every developer, every engineer working on the what chmod command. What is the reason? So every day you will create multiple scripts, multiple programs. Then how can you make it as secure of your files? So definitely after creating files, according to customer requirement or your team requirement, the owner can change the what permissions. So you are the owner of your files. So myself is the owner of the my files. Every day, I mean everyone will make it new resources. So every resource can make it as a secure with chmod command. Okay, so let me explain what about this chmod command. Chmod is the command to change file bits or change file permissions. If you go for official definition, so the simply it is a change file bit file mode bits. I mean it is used to change file or directory permissions, existing permissions. Okay, let me take ls space hyphen l. My file name is Java. So already I have a Java file. The Java file running with read write permission of the owner, read only permission of the group, and read only permission of the others. Okay. So now how can you change user level permissions? So who is the user of this Java file? I mean owner, ROM. ROM permissions are read and write. So I want to add execute permissions for the ROM user. So generally, user level activities, U is the shortcut, plus adding means plus. Which permissions you want to add? Execute short form is X. For what file? Java. Now see this, already user permissions are read and write. Now we are adding user level. The one more is the what? X permissions of the Java file. So now permissions are success. Now this time the user permissions are redo, write to execute. That's why when the file has executed, then it is a green color. So when the file is a green color, it is a executable file. It is like a binary file. Remember. So now chmod, I want to add group level permissions of write on what file? Java file. See this? Now this time I want to add the what group level permissions of write because myself is the owner I need to read, write, execute, it's okay. But even my group members also can modify the what this file. I mean, can write the what this file. So that's why we are adding group level permissions of write of the Java file. If I enter, so now group people can manage the what this Java file read and write. But who are the others? I don't want to give even. I don't give any read permission of the others. So already file has read permissions. Other level read permissions are there. So I want to remove even read permissions of the others. So others means removing means minus which permissions? Read permissions. That's why enter. See this? Others are nothing. Only one ROM, read, write, execute, and group members of the ROM even read, write only. So let me remove even user level. Not only one permissions, you can remove the what two also. So user level, I want to remove execute permissions, comma. At a time you can operate it, comma. Group level, I want to remove read and write also. On which file? Java file. So now here see only user read and write because in previously user level I have removed execute. That's why read and write only is there. But group level already read write is there. Even those permissions are I have removed G minus RW. That's why no group level permissions, no other level permissions. Only one read write. So this is the proper way how you can change the what file bits. Now, if you go for chmod command, the another one user group others equal to read only of the Java file. Then what is the meaning here? Plus means adding permissions. Minus means removing permissions. And now equal means to override the permissions. I mean existing permissions will be override with the new one of read. So now everyone will get the what? Read only permissions of the Java file. Even everyone will get the what? Read and write means then read and write only of the Java file. So only we have three operators plus, minus, and equal. Plus means adding, minus means to remove, equal means to override. This is one way how to changing file permissions. It is a one method. And even we have another method. For example, chmod. Let me do 400 of Java file. Then what is the meaning of 400? You know that the first value is for user level, second value is for group level, third value is for others. I mean user only to read the file. Others and group members are nothing. So that's why here see read only permissions for the user. So nothing to what group members and others. So this is the very easy and chmod. I want to set 641 of the Java file. Then what is the meaning? User read and write because 6. Group members read only and others are the what? Execute only. See this? Read only, execute only. And chmod. All are with read write of the Java file. Yes, all are read write with Java file. And chmod. Only user read and write. Others are nothing, group members also nothing of the Java file. So now here it is called what? Read write of the Java. So why AWS easy to keep it running with 400 means? So user only read of this keeper and remaining all are the what? Nothing. That's why it is a 400 means one only to read. So this is the proper way how people to managing the what? Permissions. If you who knows the values of three, read 4, write 2, and execute 1. Those guys easily to manage it. And another important thing, what about directories? For example, I want to set the word directory permissions. Chmod 700 of my directory of cloud. Then what is the mean? Cloud is actually directory. So what is 700? User, redo, write to execute. Group members and others are nothing. So let me check ls space hyphen ld. It is a what? Cloud. See this? User, read, write, execute. Group members and others are the what? Nothing. And chmod. It is a 751 of or 750 of cloud directory. Then what is the meaning? Again, user only read, write, execute, but group people also can read and execute. But others are the what? Nothing. See this? Read, execute, nothing. Then only one important option in the ch mode, which is called what? Hyphen or option. So what is the or option? Now see. For example, you know that the world directory. The world directory contains Asia, India, sample file, even multiple subfiles. But generally, the existing permissions of the world directory here user read, write, execute, and group members read and execute, others also read and execute. If I go chmod, again I want to remove 750 of the world directory. So I don't want to give any permissions of the others. So that's why here it is called what? Read and execute, read executed, nothing. But in that case, you want to use hyphen capital R option, hyphen capital R option. Then what is the meaning? If you don't write R option, the permissions are applicable to world directory only, world directory of the parent. But sir, these 754 file permissions, I want to apply including world and world subdirectories and subfiles. I want to set up the permissions, the entire folder, including subfiles and subdirectories. But if you run directly like this, these permissions are applicable to only parent. It should not affect it to any subfiles and subdirectories. But even you want to affect subfiles and subdirectories, we can use the what? Hyphen R option. Then the permissions are inheritance. Okay, the permissions are not recursive. So if I go world directory 754, even if I go without the world directory, the subfiles and subdirectories also running with same permission. So without R means it will be for only parent. With R means including subfiles and subdirectories. But don't use the what R option for the files because one file doesn't contain any subfile and subdirectory. R option is only for directories. And the next important thing, if I run chmod for then file name is Java. Anyone, can you expect what is the value of this? What is the meaning of this? Anyone? This is one interview question. How can you tell them?
Read permission.
Read
It's
only.
only read permission for the
I'm
user.
asking. I know it is a read permission, but this read permission for whom? User na, group na, others na.
User.
User.
Sorry, others.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. So if I write, for example, 461, you know that 464 is the user, 6 is the group, 1 is the others. If I write like it is called what 401, you know that. But only for what happened? Only one value, what happened? It is not user, it is not group, it is only for others. See that others only to read. I mean, everyone thinking like this is the way. I mean, four values user, remaining are nothing. But actually, system will treat like this. Are you noted? Okay. So even if you pass over two values, then it is called what 64. Then the system will treat. Don't think like 640. If you pass two values, this is 064. I mean, user nothing, group members read write, others are read. But if you know the what three values, already you know that like it is called what user group others. And finally, the one more important value for how to use the what reference. So this is also good option. Sometimes like how to reference the what file. Okay, actually I have a file chmod just 400 of Java file. Okay, just assume ls space -l. My file name is Java. But if I check ls space -l PHP, the PHP files are read write read only. But both files different permissions are different. But one day my requirement is I need to set up your PHP file permissions as a Java permissions. I am currently Java running with read only permission. So my requirement is we need to set up PHP file also like a Java file permissions. But I don't know how to change the file permissions. I cannot understand what is the read write read here. So who knows reference? I mean chmod hyphen reference. What is the reference file name? It is a Java. What is the new file name? It is a PHP. Now you can check it ls -l PHP. So PHP also with Java file permissions. You can go for the what Java file. Same. So you want to reference existing file permissions to any new file permission, then we can use the what hyphen reference is the option. First write the what reference file name, then we can write the what next file name. Are you noted, guys? Okay, so this is called what exactly the file permissions concept. And tomorrow I will explain the one more important concept, process management. I mean in the real environment, how people to manage processes, like what is the top command, what is the foreground process, what is the background process, what about processes, and how to kill the process. You will get a lot of important options, especially how to monitoring and managing your Linux operating systems. So tomorrow I will explain process management. And one more update, my new batch will be going to start tomorrow at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is the new batch with AWS DevOps and multi-cloud with DevOps. Who are interested, please come and join the lectures. But remember guys, every lecture you will get like this. No doubt, people will get completely real-time environment and each and every option I will explain even in-depthly. So AWS course means people will get more than 25 services only AWS. It is around 45 days to 2 months course. Again, DevOps, only DevOps, 2 months course again. So totally, I will take 3 to 4 months course of AWS DevOps with multi-cloud. So tomorrow is a demo session. So anybody interested, and please come and join my lectures. So you want to get links or anything? So already in the Ashok links are there. Otherwise, please contact Associative Management. These are the numbers for demo sessions. So I will teach DevOps with multi-cloud. I will teach AWS Cloud with Solution Architect. And even after few days, I will be planning for Linux administration also. But present, I will start the what DevOps with multi-cloud and AWS Solution Architect with Terraform. So these are completely job-oriented programs. But who wants to become a DevOps engineer or cloud engineer and as a cloud developer, so this course is definitely help you. Any queries?
Hello, sir.
Hey Ram,
Follow.
Yeah.
can you
Actually,
share these documents
Sorry.
which was you made?
Already I have been shared with Ashok IT portal.
Okay.
Okay. Documents are available in the Ashok IT portal.
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
Actually, I want to know the file permission can be changed by others or users, others or group member as well.
Right. At a time you can change it. Just give the comma.
Okay.
Okay. But
Okay.
Hello,
only
sir.
who can change the permissions means owner of the file. Say myself is Ram. I have created one Java file, for example. Me only can change the what permissions. Others and group people cannot change. Even others and group people also can change the permissions. Where is the security? Am I correct or not?
Yes. Yes.
But one more person will change automatically. Who is the person? Administrator. So every file has two major admin privileges. I mean, who can change the permissions means the first one is owner of the file. But always everything can access in the system administrator. Got my point?
Yes. Thank you.
Right.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
This
Actually,
unmask value can be changed.
One person.
Unmask value, it's fixed or can be.
Yes, you can change the what umask value also. Just the
Oh,
same command umask space ID value.
oh, thank you.
Next.
hello, sir.
Hmm.
Already we enrolled for AWS with the right? Then
Oh.
tomorrow it is same batch or it is another batch? Means we
So
need to
no.
join
You will
7,
continue the what morning only because
7.
I will be planning on the what evening one more batch. Your batches will continue morning only. So
Okay. Means
once this
7 to 8 and 8 to 9.
7 to 8 only.
Okay.
Once this Linux classes are completed, I will continue the what AWS with Terraform and DevOps with multi-cloud and everything. Your batch will be continue morning 7 to 8 only.
Okay. Clear.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. But evening batch is separate. But some people are interested in evening only. That's why we are planning another batch for the evening.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't confuse. Your batch will continue 7 to 8 only morning.
Okay.
Right.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I want to join for GCP and Azure, sir.
Which one?
Whatever. GCP and Azure.
Okay.
So it is mainly like courses, sir.
So please contact these numbers.
Okay. So these courses when you are going to start, sir? Parallelly or it's
No. One by one I will explain.
okay.
So first I will take the what AWS solution architect. Then I will take the what Terraform. Then I will take the what DevOps tools. Okay. But already you have a GCP knowledge. Then this is the best idea to learn it.
Okay.
Okay. Right, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.